Okay, so hi everybody. This is Alison MetalBabe Cohen. I am here with Mr. Misery. Mr. Misery is at the rehearsal space. You're in Stockholm, Sweden, I think. So tell me, where are you and what are you doing right now?
What's up? Hey.
We are not in Stockholm. We're in Mark's commune.
Yeah, we're outside of Gothenburg in our rehearsal space and preparing for Wacken.
Yep, in Gothenburg.
Yeah.
Gothenburg. Okay, and this is your second time playing Wacken, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know the last time it got canceled. We won't talk about that, but excited for this time. So you're on the Wasteland stage. You played 9:30. So and you just released the album. So lots of exciting things happening. Your third album, self-titled. So let's talk about Wacken. How long is your set? What can we expect?
The set is 45 minutes, and we're gonna play a lot of old songs, of course, but we are, of course, gonna throw in some new comers, of course, for the new album. But can't explore more, but it's gonna be a hell of a show, and we're gonna have some cool visualizing things as well, but can't say too much, but it's gonna be a great show for sure.
We're stepping up. Yes,
Yeah.
the game.
You are. I mean, it's interesting. This is actually our third interview. So the first interview, Alex and I and Harley, we did through email. And then that was,
Right.
I think, 2019. When I first found you guys and I instantly, fell in love with your band, we did the email interview. And then I came to Berlin on Halloween in 2022. We did the interview in person. And now here we are the
Yeah.
third time. And I feel like I've been with you as you have grown. And now your third album, you're on AFM, you have a headlining tour, you're doing festivals. I mean, things are blowing up, which is very exciting. So, I mean, obviously you guys are excited, but tell me more. Like, how did you get with AFM and how are you feeling now?
No, but
I didn't even know we were gonna play Wacken this year. This is the first I'm hearing about it.
No, that's not true.
yeah, he's just a singer.
Yeah, he just shows up.
No, but we were feeling that for a long time that we wanted to we needed something different in the form of a record label uh, besides what we had before, and AFM was there and gave us really good offer. So AFM is a great label, and we said this is a really great opportunity. So it was like maybe half a year of like going back and forth with just negotiations, and then it was all done.
Yeah, it was kind of like a fresh start.
Yeah.
It is. I've known Dustin for years. I'm on his email list. He's sent me bands for several years that I've interviewed. So it's been such a great connection now that I already knew Dustin and AFM. And I've been, every time you put out a single, I'm on the email list. So I get everything right away. So I do have the full album, even though the album does not come out officially until August 2nd, the Wacken release party. I have been listening to it constantly the last few days. So I have to tell you, I know you've released the singles so far, but
Yeah.
my favorite song on the album is The Crooked Man.
Oh,
Wow.
Crooked Man.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yes. And maybe because it's new since I've been hearing the singles, but I love that song. I hit repeat, repeat, repeat. I can't get enough. So, Harley, tell me about The Crooked Man.
Okay. Well, when the music was written for the song, it wasn't like supposed to be about any specific character. That came afterwards. The music was done, but because it has this circus vibe, kind of a little bit reminiscent of My Ghost, we figured that we would like make the song about something supernatural, And we're a big fan of horror movies, as most people know by now. And there's like an old folklore from the Scottish Scotland, and it's about the crooked man. It's like each culture has their own kind of boogeyman, and they used to tell their kids that. No, wait, that's about another thing. Sorry. The crooked man is like a folk tale from Scotland. I mean, and we also really like the crooked man from the Conjuring movies, like the character that pops up. I don't know if you've seen the movie, but it just made sense to write about this character because it was scary and cool, and like we figured it was like one of those songs that would be like a just like a fun thing. Like it wasn't supposed to be about anything serious, which is why for us we don't really see that song as being one of the better songs on the record. So it's interesting that you say that.
You
Yeah.
know what's interesting that you said is My Ghost is still to this day my #1 favorite song by you. That's the song, you know, I first heard, and it's like the circus theme. So that's probably why I picked up on the Crooked Man as that same theme, because now I think those are probably my top 2 all-time favorite songs.
Yeah, and like in the movie they sing they pretty much sing this kind of poem or whatever you want to call it. And it's actually the lyrics. I haven't written the lyrics. The lyrics are written by the person who came up with this specific poem, pretty much.
Yeah.
And there's no like copyright attached to it, because it's like just everybody owns it. It's like you can use it for whatever. So I figured it would be really cool to actually sing the actual like way to summon the crooked man, the deity, or the demon or whatever, by just having the real actual like words from that poem to be the lyric of the song. There's of course some thrown in some of our own lyrics into that too, but the choruses are that song, are that poem, I mean. So that's how that came about, pretty much.
Wasn't it also that they used to, like back in the day, sing that to their kids to scare them with
Yeah,
when
to
they,
scare
when
them
when they didn't behave?
from going out. That's
That-
what I was gonna say, but I kind of lost my
Yeah.
train of thought.
And that's why you say sleep well tonight, kids.
Yeah,
at
sleep
the end
well
of the
tonight.
song.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this is a children's song, and we're dedicated to all kids out there.
yeah. But it's great that resonates with you, and it reminds you of My Ghost. It was supposed to be a reminder of that song in a way, so I'm really glad it kind of served its purpose, you know.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll be curious once the album is out, you know, what kind of feedback you get
Yeah,
otherwise.
but Rissy said like, I don't know, like there's like something that tells me that The Crooked Man, although we may not think it's the best song,
Exactly.
Yeah.
other people are really going to like this one.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, it's a good sing-along song. I see that, you know, like your lyric, you know, what's really neat that Dustin gave me, I don't know if other people have this, is I printed out all of the lyrics. And so I've actually listened to the album while reading the lyrics, which is something, you know, you don't get to do a lot, you know, nowadays. And I love the lyrics. I mean, you guys, I've always said that. And to me, it's so interesting, you know, English being your second language, how great you guys are at writing songs, you know, in English. So
We have English in school in Sweden pretty much our entire lives.
Yeah, it starts very early.
Yeah.
yeah. So you don't actually consider English as a second language. You basically like are dual, like I guess bilingual from the beginning.
I would consider English like I'm fluent in both, like in both speech and in writing.
Okay.
Of course, I'm not from the US or England. I can still understand everything. And there are some words in English that I have to speak when I'm talking Swedish to a person because I don't know the Swedish word to it. Like that happens. But thank you.
Interesting. Okay. So another song question, and I know you, Harley, you never really got into the details of, you know, when you're in the hospital and everything, but because of what you went through, you came up with Survival of the Sickest, right? So you were actually in the hospital and you wrote that song. Is that what happened?
Yeah, that is what happened. My family I told them to bring my computer, my interface, and my guitar and stuff, and I just plugged it into the hospital room, and all the doctors. I pretty much made the hospital room like a little studio. I had my PlayStation 5 hooked up to the TV, and I had my guitars and everything. And I kind of just started to record the guitars, and then I was writing the lyrics on the hospital bed. That's what happened. Like, as bad and horrible that scenario was, it was still like, for me in my head, I was like, this is an opportunity to kind of, you know, catch lightning in a bottle. Like, this is a bad time in my life. This is the time to, if I have the strength, I'm gonna do it. And I did it, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. So
It's so heartfelt, like the part where, you know, you just repeat the I'm not afraid to die. It's like, it's just you, I can, like, I feel like I can feel what you were going through, and thank God you are okay. I mean, I'm so grateful. It was scary, I'm sure, for the band, your family, your fans. It was scary. So thank God you're here now and you're doing better.
Yeah, they came to visit me actually. There's a
Mm.
picture from the hospital, and so I was almost about to cry when they came, but I was like, I'm a man. I'm gonna swallow my tears and not show any emotion. No, but it was just, you know, it was a hard time, but you know,
Mm.
I'm just glad everything worked out, and I'm feeling better than ever. So
You were so surprised when we showed up. You
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
no idea we were coming.
Really?
sure.
You surprised him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
his facial expression was like he saw just 3 ghosts walking in, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, they did. Though,
Because-
but-
Yeah.
Yeah, initially, like, I didn't want them to see me because I had dropped so much weight and I was like really in a bad condition. I like didn't want them to see me. So the first time when they came in, I was like, for the first 3 seconds, I was like upset, you know, like, and I was like, and then that kind of washed away, and I was like, oh, here are my friends, you know. But yeah, it's very, 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 you know, hard times, you know. So
Okay, back to more positive things. Okay, so I'm gonna ask a fun question to you guys now, and you can all take turns answering. Okay, here's one. So what is the craziest thing you and your bandmates have done on tour? And is there any standout moments that you can share?
I mean, there's a lot of it.
Yeah,
But I
there's a
think
lot of shit.
one thing we did in Prague, I think, was doing like we're getting shit faced and having a party, and then we got some line bikes and raced all over like all the small streets in the Prague.
Like
And
the
so
scooters.
yeah, and we lost Alex because his battery died. So we lost it
Oh,
in the
no.
fog. Where is Alex? Yeah.
Me and Alex were at the back of the duck family, so to say.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing Alex. I was very not sober, and I remember hearing Alex just saying, "Oh, my battery's dead. I need to get a new."
He's gone.
Because I didn't stop and I didn't like register what happened. So
Yes.
I just kept on riding for like 5 more minutes, and then we all stopped and we are like, "Where the fuck is Alex?"
Fuck is Alex.
We found him later, and when we reunited, everybody was like, "Bro, never do that again, man. I fucking love you, I was so." But then there's a lot of other fun stuff that has happened.
I mean,
Like-
we've done so much.
We can be clumsy, we can fuck things up, and we laugh at each other
Yeah,
a lot.
But we have fun.
we have fun like almost 99% of the time on tour. We're just laughing and being super silly and just
We accidentally flooded the bathroom
in the
one of the
hotel.
hotels.
Yeah, we did.
and we throw bananas into the toilet, so
Really?
it's after a few hours it turns to brown, so it looks like shit, you know.
Whole
That's
wall.
another thing. That's not the same one.
That's another,
There's so
yeah.
much shit.
I mean, it's not like we,
Partly so that
yeah, we don't try to like fuck up the hotel rooms because that's what the rock stars did in the 80s. It's just like really fun to do it.
no, but we don't. When we flooded the bathroom, that wasn't on purpose because Harley went in there, and for some reason you had
I had the sink on
you
when
had
I
the
was in the
sink on.
shower.
Yeah, you were in the shower. You had the sink on for some fucking reason, and I heard you finish and everything. Like you got out of the shower and you came out and you were very quiet and you were like, "Alistair, so something happened,
We have a situation.
but it's cool now."
It's cool.
I'm like, "What do you mean?" And I walk in there and all of the fucking towels, all of the unused toilet paper rolls are wet. Everything is soaked. There's water behind the toilet, in the shower, outside of the shower, everywhere. So that sink had flooded and he didn't notice. And I can tell you that that sink was like this deep.
Yeah, it was
It
like deep.
had to be a lot of fucking water. Like, and I broke.
Yeah.
Like, that's so stupid.
But like
So we couldn't shower because all the towels were wet.
we've been to some really crazy. We went to, sorry, last story. It's really quick. We went to what was it? A fucking porn club or some shit in
It was-
Germany?
Yeah, in Berlin.
In Berlin.
Yeah.
It was like a huge fucking,
It,
I don't know.
it was a rock club then,
yeah, then
but usually it's like a sex club.
a sex club.
Oh,
Yeah, and
wow.
it was, like they had intercourse there and shit, and like
That's not why we went.
we
there.
got
No,
that's not why we went there. That's not why we went there.
it actually was a release party for a Five Finger Death Punch
Yeah.
album,
Yeah,
and they had like a DJ playing there.
And a flamethrower in the
And,
roof.
and we didn't think of it at first, and then we were like walking around like, look at this, that's so cool. And then we're like, oh, we should probably not touch anything
Yeah,
here.
I think it started when we went downstairs a couple of levels, and we're like, "Do you smell rubber?"
Oh yeah.
And then me and Alex at the time have had UV lenses in, so they kind of really were glowing in the lights because there were UV lights. And then we realized what all the stains on the walls were. We're like, oh shit, that's like common shit. Oh, gross.
That was so
Yeah.
We'll probably get out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We found a bed that we first were jumping on, and then we were like, we should probably get off this bed.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but nothing too crazy, no police or anything like that. We've been stopped by the police many times, but like we
Oh yeah.
haven't done anything.
But then like stop right there and then oh you're Mr. Misery. Oh we went to your show at Wacken. We're like okay. Yeah, like turned.
That's neat. Yeah, I went to one of those shows. I can't remember where it was, somewhere in Europe. I mean, there's, things are a lot different in Europe than they are here in the United States. Like the United States, they're very like conservative. It's just a whole different vibe. And I've always felt like I was more European because I'm just free and go with the flow. And yeah, I'll admit I intentionally went because I was curious, but yeah, it was entertaining. You just sit there and watch people, go at it. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, okay, so next question for you guys. Oh, here's a good one. What do you like most about your bandmates? What do you like most about each other?
Don't like them.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No.
Harley is very good at Star Wars games.
Oh, thanks, bro. That's very nice. No, but maybe we can say something a little bit each. Well, I mean, they're just great human beings, very super kind and super talented people. I've never had any like I have had the most fun in my life with these three dudes, and they always have your back, and they're just my best friends,
No.
Try to top that, guy.
That's so sweet, Harley.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Who's next?
All of them. No, but I can only agree with Harley said, and it's absolutely 100% true. Like, since we started this band and since both Riz and Alistair became part of this band full time, then it's never been better, and we have the best chemistry, and we have so much fun all the time, and
We have matching tattoos.
we got
Yeah.
I have
matching
a matching tattoo now also on my back. But I added the two ghosts. I have what you guys have with me and my friend Aaron as the two ghosts.
We have ours under our balls.
Well, I didn't do that because I don't have any balls, but
Oh man.
Busy
Okay.
or Alistair?
Yeah. No, I would say I love like all the characteristics that we have, like going from behind or backstage and then going on stage. Like if something happens when we switch, it's so beautiful to see. Like especially for me, I see all the backs all the time. Like I'm the drummer and seeing all the guys do their work and stuff like that, and you're laughing your hell out of.
No, because sorry.
Yeah, no, but I mean, we're so into the band and we do so much stuff. Like we are a hardworking band, and we have all our different like roles in the band, and we're so hardworking, and then we just can relax and just have a good time. And we all have all different. You have your characteristics. You have like your voices and stuff. Like you are like a clown. Like we can.
Yeah,
And
the
Holly
bad-
don't
bad-
remember
bad-
shit.
yeah.
And he's like, yeah, who am I? Or it's all just fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And me and Alex are kind of the dads, kind of
Yeah.
trying to keep all the kids together. But I mean, we have
Yeah,
a
that-
lot
that-
of good time.
that's-
But then it all switches when you go on stage. Like it's that it proves what you're made of. Like all our hard work and every pulls their thread and everything. Like it's just so beautiful to see all the different vibes of each member.
And I'm the clumsy one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Alex has tripped so many times on absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Really?
He
Alistair,
trips
do
on.
you want to add anything on your bandmates?
They really said all of the things that I wanted to say, so they can go fuck themselves.
Okay, okay, good. So this one I want to ask, Rizzy, you talked about the switch. So a lot of people who are listening don't know what the switch means. So right now you guys are just, out of costume, you're just at rehearsal. But what happens with the switch between what you look like now and when you get on stage? Tell me what happens.
I mean, it's something even like when you first take your like makeup things on your sponges and put on your makeup, something changes inside you. I think it's for me, it's more like that I've always been dreaming of since I was a child, like being on these big stages and seeing your idols and wanting to be larger than life, kind of, or how your alter egos. I mean, in the calmest waters, something happens, and it's something like you can't describe it really, but it helps when you put on the makeup and becomes your own character. And for me, like when I started in band, I was just, okay, I'm gonna try to find this kind of character. Where is it? And then you develop and you grow into it more and more. I think we all find ourselves like our deepest kind of alter ego monsters today, and then you can just amplify it on stage. And when you are on stage, you are something else.
You're not afraid of anything. Like you
Exactly.
feel like like a fucking superhero.
And that
Invincible.
also goes,
Yeah, invincible.
yeah, and that goes for when, if we are on a festival meeting fans or meet and greet, or we are just, walking around together in full costume, makeup, and everything, we are ourselves for real, the ones we really want to be. And I remember we were playing on a cruise, Full Metal cruise, and it felt like you're not your normal day self. You're something completely different that can just, I don't know, you can unlock so much potential within yourself and what you can do on stage and off stage, and yeah, how you present yourself.
Yeah. No, it's like when we put on the makeup and we walk up on stage and we hear the intro start in our in-ears, it's like a ritual.
Yeah.
It's like somebody hits the gong.
The gong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think it's an outlet to release everything from your childhood, everything in your past and everything in the present that you're not happy with or whatever. You can be the happiest guy in the world, but like it's an outlet to release like aggression and pour your heart out in your performance and show the people that you love what you're doing. It's like it's the place to do it rather than go and fight somebody or like drink a bunch of beer and pass out or whatever. You just like release everything on the stage. It's a good outlet for your artistic side to come out. So it's an outlet for emotions, I would say.
That's the switch.
Yeah.
I've also heard about the
Definitely, and as a fan on the other side, I feel that and I see that. And I'm so excited to not only have seen you in Berlin in basically a club, with a few hundred people, going to Wacken. I mean, that's going to be an entirely different vibe, and of course I will be in the front without a doubt. I will be there. And of course, I'll see you guys before, after, walking around. I'll have the press, but I'm just excited, to get to see you guys in that, different environment. The club compared to the, outdoor festival, it's a huge,
Better
difference.
we're
Yeah.
a lot better live. Of course, we become better musicians and better as a band too. I think really now in the coming years is going to be our prime years. I would say. We're just like getting started into that prime era, but like it's getting there, so it's gonna be way different for you to see us now.
Yeah.
And we feel stronger than ever with this album and these new songs and the way we can play them now compared to even when you saw us in 2022. We see videos of that and we're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
That's
barely
good,
no.
though. I mean, you're always improving, and I'm like, I know for myself, I'm my worst critic too. Like if I looked at something like even an interview, I look at myself 2 years ago and I'm like critique myself, with experience, you're only going to get better. So that's great. I'm excited to see that, definitely.
And also now we played in Finland a couple of weeks ago, and we all felt when we walked off the stage like that was super easy compared to a couple of years ago. It was just now we know how to do it for real.
Yeah.
Like
felt effortless. So,
Yeah.
like, we have everything in our glove.
Yeah.
So Wacken is going to be one hell of a release party.
Yeah.
And I assume you're gonna have a meet and greet after the show or at some point during the festival.
Before the show, also during the entire Friday, the 2nd of August, because we're releasing the album, we'll do a lot of interviews. It seems we're gonna do some meet and greets. Still waiting for like times and confirmation about that. But so we will do most of the press and meeting the fans on the Friday, maybe a little bit on the Saturday, but mostly focusing on the show on the Saturday.
Yes, well, makes sense. Can't wait to see you guys Friday. Okay, so I'm gonna ask another fun question. So if your band was going to be a movie, so like the Motley Crue movie they just put out, for instance. So say they're gonna make a movie about Mr. Misery. Each of you, if you can answer for yourselves, who would you want to play your character?
Wow.
Whoa.
The Rock.
That's a good question.
The Rock.
I'm joshing.
Oh wow.
Rock.
That's
Play me? Not it. Someone else go.
no, I have no clue.
Or if you
gonna-
have an idea for each other, if that's easier for you, what would you recommend for your other band? Who would play them?
Bad
Or if
with,
you want to
like,
play yourselves?
Damon.
Matt Damon.
Jim Carrey would play Alistair.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would want
Yeah,
Gary
that's-
to play,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
and I would
Okay.
play.
I have no clue.
Dave Bautista for Rizzy.
okay.
The guy who plays Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that works. That works.
Oh, isn't that the guy who sings in Shallow? The guy.
No, that's another guy.
That's
Okay. No, that's wrong.
fucking guy with Lady Gaga. What's
Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. That's true. He's playing Rocket too.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, you said somebody else. I'm sorry.
For me,
Toby Maguire.
I would say Tobey Maguire. Yeah, Charlie Sheen.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, Steven Seagal. Fuck, I don't know. Like Timothée Chalamet. I don't know.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp should play Harley. That'd be cool.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
actually-
I like that. I know that's kind of a hard question. Just
Yeah.
fun question though. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
I'm
never thought
super
about
bad on like actor names in
means
general.
well, yeah, but it can be a musician. It doesn't have to be an actor.
Ah,
Gene Simmons.
Jesus.
No, I don't know. I've never thought about that before.
No.
But like, I would say Jim Carrey. I would say Johnny Depp for Harley. What's your name again?
What's your name?
What's your face again?
What's your face? And John Travolta for Rizzy.
That works.
Yeah, that works.
That
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like a fun movie.
Who would play me? I have no clue.
Wait,
I got zero idea.
I got it soon. Wait,
Toby Maguire.
Toby Maguire. Yeah.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie.
Al Pacino.
Al
There you
Pacino.
go. Yeah.
There you go. Let's go.
All right, I'll start working on that for you guys. Okay, so we're gonna be wrapping up here pretty soon. So you have Wacken, and then I think you've got another festival. You have a Dark Legacy headlining tour. So I guess just kind of tell me what you have in store for the rest of the year.
Well, we have a couple of more festivals after Wacken, 2 or 3 more.
Yeah,
Something.
there's 2 official, and we're working on another festival right now, actually. So it's gonna be 3 more.
I did not just say that.
No, but that, and then the Dark Legacy tour.
Yeah,
It's a
that's-
lot of work and planning going into that right now, and
We had 2 finish shows in December.
yeah,
Which is going to be the final shows of the tour.
yeah,
But we've scattered them out because the dates didn't match up for the promoters. So so the first leg, you can say, starts the 19th in Berlin.
Yeah.
And it ends
the 2nd of
somewhere else
November in Hamburg.
Hamburg.
in Hamburg.
And we're working on new music too.
Yeah,
All the time.
That's really great. I mean, the album's hasn't even come out yet, and you already have new music in the works. Are you going to be releasing any more singles from the current album?
no,
Nope.
You're not going
That's
to
it.
release The Crooked Man just for me?
Maybe now.
Maybe.
that, that, like, we never know which song the fans are gonna like the most. Like,
And
we
can
get
never-
so surprised, you know, we think, yeah, maybe these songs, and then it's like it's something completely different, and we're
yeah,
like,
You can never know.
we can be completely wrong.
yeah.
But that's
It's
the beauty.
also interesting too, like when you play them live, right? Like the reaction that you get from the fans. That'll be a good way to tell too. Because obviously the songs everybody knows from the previous releases, you know, are going to be more familiar. And since most fans aren't even going to have the new album until the day of the show, so they only know the hits or the singles so far.
But that's for the tour.
Yeah,
Tour
Yeah.
we
that's why you have
play-
to get a ticket to tour, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
Yes, yes. And then I saw you're trying to find opening bands for the Dark Legacy. So is that actually like on you guys, or you're helping out, or how does that work?
A little bit of both. We're doing it ourselves for some part because, I mean, we like to have that kind of personal connection to what band we will be playing with, and you know, which kind of band we want to support and have with us for each show. But then, of course, we're getting help from local promoters and from our booking label as well. So it's like a team effort.
Yeah, and it's also a way for us to make sure that we are fans or like the bands, the music that
Yeah.
we have open for us. So it just doesn't become like a band on a whim that we don't know anything about, that we don't maybe even like, you know.
That actually happened on like one show. It was, I'm not gonna say too much, but we didn't connect or vibe with this band, and you know, we had nothing to do with that planning, and it just happened to be this band that we felt, what happened here, you know. So
I think
yeah.
that's great. You know, obviously you guys know I live in Los Angeles and it's all about, you know, the money and the pay to play, and they squeeze as many bands in a night. Like we'll go see, you know, at the Whiskey, they'll have bands play from 6 p.m. until like 1 a.m. and they're all different genres, and you know, fans go see one band and then leave. Like ideally what you guys are doing, you know, if I went and saw you, I'd want to see a band that was similar music style to you to make it, you know, more enjoyable. So I think that's really great. You guys have that flexibility and freedom to do that, make sure it's a good opener that matches your style.
And that actually goes well because we are like, our songs is touching a little bit on some different subgenres, which works well for a broader kind of aspect of support bands, because if they sound a little bit more industrial but they still have that vibe, it works. And if it's
Yeah,
core, just pure metalcore, that works too in a way. So you know, you have that wide spectrum, and
It's also a way to like reconnect with some old pals.
yeah,
You know, I'm not gonna say which bands are gonna be on the tour, but like, you know, there are gonna be some familiar faces that we haven't seen in a long time, which is nice, you know, for
Yeah.
us to hang out with again and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's really great. I could see you guys, like, especially at some point, I know things are going to keep going better and you will get a US tour, but like if you guys toured with somebody like Dope or Static X, something like that, I think would be like a really great fit. And especially like
Yeah.
those bands are now still relevant, they're still touring, like something like that. You know, of course there's like you could tour with Lizzie Borden or Alice Cooper, you know, that's an obvious, but like the 90s rock, like those kind of bands I think would be really great too.
Definitely, yeah.
yeah,
we do fit more into the Americanized scene of bands, you know.
yeah,
Like some of the promoters and the people that we've had here in Europe are like, they have a difficult putting us in a specific slot, which
It's true. But
it's
it's
never been.
also it's a compliment because you're so unique. I mean, you know, as you know, I fell in love with the band the minute I heard My Ghost, you know, and it's partially because it's so different. It stood out. You know, as I told you, I was just listening to YouTube in the background, you know, and all of a sudden I'm like, I woke up and I'm like, what is this song? I love this. And you know, I messaged, I mean, Alex, we're talking minutes later. So
Yeah,
yes, I think it's good that you can't be put into a category or a box because you stand out.
yeah, it's both a blessing and a curse, though. You'd be surprised.
That's I get it. I get it. I've got issues too with my company being called MetalBabe Mayhem. If people don't like metal, they think they don't like my clothes, but anybody can like this, right?
Yeah.
That's what
So,
I mean.
I get
Like,
it.
you know, it's like an uphill battle because people are just so narrow-minded that they need to put us in a box, and that's hard for them. So they don't really know what bands to pair us with sometimes. It's really odd, like
Yeah.
odd suggestions of what we should play with, and we're like, that, how does that make sense, you know?
Yeah, that's happened many
You
times.
know, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm more into an Americanized version of metal, because we do draw most of our inspirations from those bands, but we still have that like Swedish like soul to it that we can bring, you know.
Yes,
Mm.
thank you, Mr. Misery. I will see you at Wacken.
Thank you.
Rock
See you in a
and
couple of
peace
weeks.
out.
Thank you so much.
See you
Bye.